Is your favorite trading guru a fraud? Is he a fake? Is he a scam artist? Is he trying to con you out of your money in some way? 99% of the people that make content about trading on video platforms like YouTube and TikTok, 99% of these people are frauds. You can't trust anything they say, and it's really easy to spot the ones that are fake. Today I'm going to cover some tips on how you can immediately identify the frauds from the real thing. So, your favorite trading guru is a fake. Don't get scammed by these frauds. So, let's first talk about risk. So, does your favorite trading guru on YouTube or TikTok, do they ever talk about the risk of trades? Because sadly, 99% of trading content creators focus only on selling you a system or a strategy, possibly alongside their own proprietary technical indicator or trading bot or signal service, whatever it happens to be. They're trying to sell you something, and everything they're trying to sell you, they're trying to sell you a dream, and that dream is that they have some trading system or some strategy that is foolproof. They've cracked the code of trading, and this thing is a guaranteed winner. And when you see people making videos like this, you know, that they've got this guaranteed winning system or strategy, especially if it involves technical analysis and technical indicators, trading bots, whatever it happens to be, these people, you know, they're not real traders, or at the very least, you know, they're really inexperienced traders, because being a profitable trader has never been about strategy, not primarily about strategy anyway. Being a profitable trader is all about managing risk. And this really is the easiest tell that your favorite trading guru is a fake. Do they ever talk about risk management? Chances are they don't, right? Most of the videos I see on YouTube and TikTok about day trading and, you know, stock trading in particular, or futures trading, whatever it happens to be, you know, these people that are just drawing these technical patterns on the screen and talking about technical indicators and whatnot, they never ever talk about any kind of risk management. That discussion never happens in any of their videos. And this is a very clear sign that these people either have no idea what they're talking about, or they're trying to scam you in some way. To be a successful trader, you have to be in the game for the long term. You have to be able to trade for many years, possibly multiple decades. You can't ever be put out of the game because you went broke. And the trick to this is simply never to take too much risk, right? It's all about risk management. And 99% of these fake gurus, they don't talk about risk management at all. One of the most important considerations when you make a trade is the risk versus reward. What am I potentially risking, and what is my potential reward on the trade? And are you comfortable with the risk you're taking versus the reward you could potentially make? And if these video content creators that you're watching, if all they ever talk about are the potential rewards but never the risk, that's bad, right? If all they're ever talking about is how you can potentially get rich using their proprietary system of whatever it is they're trying to sell you, if they only talk about the reward and never the risk, stop watching that trading guru, because he has absolutely nothing real to offer you as far as real world advice on trading. Typically, the only kind of risk management you'll see these trading gurus on YouTube talk about, some of them will occasionally mention about using a stop loss, setting an automatic stop loss, you know, which is funny because I hate stop losses. I've mentioned this on past videos. Stop losses, I actually don't think are good risk management at all. Stop losses actually cost you money. They cause you to lose more money in the long run than had you just not used a stop loss. Because for one thing, the way a lot of these, especially the day trading channels on YouTube, you know, the ones that are trying to teach you day trading, where they're reading technical indicators and volume bars and candlesticks or whatever, and then okay, here's our bull bear flag pattern thingy, let's get long right now, and then we're going to go ahead and set a take profit and a stop loss. They're just automatically set. We don't have to think about them. And that is so not the right way to, for example, scalp futures. If that's what you're trying to do, you don't set stop losses. That's not the way you play these things. Now, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not somebody that sits around all day trying to scalp futures or trying to scalp, I don't know, SPY or SPX or things like that. You know, typically I like longer term plays, but occasionally when I'm bored, I will scalp a ES future or MES future, whatever it happens to be, you know, one of the S&P 500 futures products. And the way this typically works is, you know, if I'm going to scalp, I need a good scalping environment. What you want is you want good two-way action. And that way you don't have to worry about your take profit or your stop loss as far as setting automatic stop losses or take profits. As long as you got good two-way action, if there's a lot of back and forth action, if there's a real fight between the bulls and the bears, you have a chance of getting out for profit at some point, right? If you set an automatic stop loss on that thing, if it drops hard, you're going to get automatically stopped out. But then if it's good two-sided action, for example, it's probably going to come back, but you didn't get a chance to wait on it coming back because you had that automatic stop loss. And anyway, that's totally not the point of today's video, but stop losses I don't think are good risk management. And that's typically all these fake trading gurus talk about. And I find that kind of funny. So should you believe everything that you see on camera? Absolutely not. Many fake trading gurus, they don't even trade. Many of them have actually been caught on camera using paper trading accounts. For those of you unfamiliar with that term, paper trading is essentially trading without real money. So that's called paper trading. And many trading platforms, many brokers offer a way for you to paper trade rather than trade a real money account. And that's what a lot of these fake gurus do on camera. That some of these platforms, by the way, some of these brokers, they don't make it as obvious to tell whether somebody's actually trading real money or whether they're paper trading. And that's typically the platforms, the brokers that the people on YouTube tend to use. They use the platforms that it's kind of hard to tell. Are they paper trading or are they trading real money? Who knows? And there have been many, many examples of very large trading channels on YouTube, their content creators having been caught paper trading on camera, right? For whatever reason, they slipped up in some of their editing or whatnot, some of the screenshots that they took, that they posted on Twitter or whatever it happens to be, and somebody spotted, hey, that's not a real account this person has been trading all this time on camera. That's actually a fake money account. That's a paper trading account. And when I say there's been a few of these guys, I mean there have literally been, probably at least half a dozen very large trading channels on YouTube that have been caught this way that I can think of. I'm not going to name names because I don't need to go there, but a lot of your largest, especially day trading channels on YouTube, if you go and search for, name of channel scam in Google, many of these guys have been caught up in situations like this, paper trading, when they say they're actually trading their real money. Of course, some of them are smart enough to know that they don't really know how to trade to begin with, so many of them won't even, pretend to trade on camera. That's another clear sign that chances are that's a fake trading guru. Also, be aware of trading channels that also sell courses. Now, not all courses are scammy. Some of them are probably worth the money, but 99% of these trading courses are not worth the money. They're not going to make you rich. No, don't believe the hype. That's another thing. Is anybody trying to sell you a course and guaranteeing that course is going to somehow make you a profitable trader? Again, that's not the way trading works. Just because you have the knowledge of something doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to give you the experience you need to then go and do the thing. Just because I go and shoot basketball one day with Michael Jordan, that doesn't mean all of a sudden I can play basketball like Michael Jordan, right? It just doesn't work like that. So these courses, they're not going to make you rich, right? And some of these traders charge hundreds of dollars. Some of them charge thousands of dollars for these courses. And then these people that get scammed into buying these really expensive courses, then they find out that this course is nothing but really basic information that a simple Google search would have given you, right? And it's really basic. I'm talking about beginner, like day one level stuff that these people are selling as advanced level courses, like the secret to making money, day trading or whatever it happens to be. And it's all just the most basic information. And it's always the most basic information because a fake guru, he can't give you anything beyond the basics because he doesn't really know how to trade. Again, that's a clear sign that this person is a fake. He's a fraud, right? And just don't fall for that kind of scam. One thing to note is that many of these courses that these fake gurus sell are not even their own work. Many of them are stealing courses from other people. They take somebody else's course, they go and pay for another trading course, and then they just rip off this guy's work, and then they start selling the course as their own. But chances are the course they ripped off was not original either. That guy probably stole it from somebody else, or if it is, not ripped off, what they'll do is they'll hire somebody that knows how to trade. They'll go and pay somebody a few hundred or a few $1,000s. Hey, create a course for me. And this is actually pretty big business online. There's many people that want to sell courses on various things that they have no knowledge about. And this is especially big, obviously, in the guru space. And we're not just trading guru, but financial guru, just life gurus in general, right? I want to sell as many courses as I can, but I'm not knowledgeable in any of these areas of, that I think would be profitable for me to sell a course. So what do? I go and hire somebody to create a course for me. Some of them don't even appear on camera in their courses. They'll hire somebody to write the course and then hire that person to also record the video content for the course, and it'll actually be this other person. Even though your favorite trading guru sold you the course, he's not even on the camera. And this kind of deception typically goes beyond just the paid courses. Often their YouTube videos and their TikTok videos are not their own work. There are many examples of some of the largest trading channels on YouTube. Again, you do a quick search for it. I won't name the names of the channels, but there are many of them that have been caught stealing other video content from people and passing it off as their own work. This happens all the time. And the reason they do this is because, again, they're fake trading gurus. They don't have this information themselves, so they just go and steal it from other people so they can then sell you whatever it is they're selling, whether it be a course or a bot or an indicator, whatever it happens to be. You also shouldn't believe any fake trading guru that is standing in front of a fancy car or a boat, a yacht, a private jet, private helicopter, a really fancy house, or it has a lot of, supermodels around them, a lot of beautiful women. Just know this, all these things can be rented. And what's actually sad is this whole fake guru industry that has popped up on YouTube and TikTok, as well as other platforms, that this industry is so big and so many people are out there pretending to be rich that many people actually cater to that crowd. Many people will actually lease you a Lamborghini or their private yacht or their private jet. They may not, you may not go on a flight, but you can go and sit on a private jet and on the tarmac, right? And you can record your video in your private jet, right? Or you can, go to your mansion. It's not your mansion, it's somebody else's house, but they'll rent it out to you for a couple hours. If you want to, walk around the house and, do a little video on your cell phone and pretend like that mansion is yours. And obviously with really beautiful women, of course, there are escort services, right? All of this stuff can be rented just so you can make a video. And again, that's big business. All you have to do is do a quick Google search. Do a quick Google search for renting a yacht, and you will actually see several of these things online that actually mention that they will cater to, for example, YouTube content creators. They know it's mostly fake financial gurus that want to have a yacht. Not that many people in the world have a yacht. So many people that do have these yachts are expensive. The storage cost and the insurance on these things is massive. Even if you're rich and you have a yacht, still, that's a lot of money that goes into that boat. So how do you recoup some of that? Well, you rent out your yacht to fake financial gurus. And again, that's a normal thing. It's something you need to be aware of, because none of that stuff, all of them Lamborghinis you see all over YouTube, none of that stuff is these fake gurus Lamborghini, right? That's a leasing company that caters to these people. And while we're on the subject, we should talk about stacks of cash. Many people will show you, their stacks of cash. I've got 20 grand right here, right? 2 stacks of 100, right? 10 grand each. That's 20K right there, right? This is a fake $100 bills, right? You can buy fake money. It's called prop money. It's designed for, movies and acting, right? And it's somewhere on it, it'll say that this is not real money. It's not real obvious, especially on camera with a little blurring, right? You might think that that's actually 20 grand I'm holding in my hand. No, it's fake money, right? That's not real at all. Again, I probably spent $10 on this $20,000 worth of fake hundreds. Now, for me personally, I can really spot a fake guru just like that almost immediately if I see somebody basing all of their trading decisions, everything they do as far as trading, they base it off of technical analysis. And I know some of you guys, you hate when I talk about technical analysis is all bullshit. You guys can't stand that, but it honestly is. I mean, if you just do a little research, you just do some Google searches on people that have tried to backtest various forms of technical analysis and technical indicators, none of it has ever been proven to work. It's all complete BS. It's all It's astrology. It's reading tarot cards, right? There's nothing to it. The biggest reason that technical analysis does not work is because of its subjective nature, right? You have to have an opinion on things. Technical analysis, like these patterns you're drawing on your chart. Well, how do you decide where to draw the patterns? Somebody else might, when they're doing their Fibonacci levels or whatever, they may start at a different place than you, or this bull flag, bear flag thingy you're drawing. Well, you're starting at this candlestick. What if I want to start at this candlestick? This price level you drew right here, maybe I want to bump it up a little bit because I think the real level is here. It's opinion, right? It's all subjective. There's nothing objective at all with technical analysis. And because of that subjective nature, it basically means you can interpret anything with technical analysis to mean anything. And this is really useful, especially for scam artists, for con artists like the fake trading gurus. That's why the fake trading gurus love technical analysis. It suits them well. So when you see a trading channel, especially these folks day trading stocks, day trading futures, and all they're looking at are technical indicators and candlestick patterns and things like that, all they ever do is talk about technical analysis. Yeah, I mean, that's a fake guru. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is, because real traders, and when I say real traders, let's talk about hedge funds, institutional traders, the big players in the game. Do you think they're sitting around drawing patterns on their charts? Do you think they're reading the RSI or the MACD or whatever technical indicator you want to use, right? No, they're not doing any of that. They don't use technical analysis at all, typically. And many of them don't really focus on fundamental analysis all that much unless they're really long-term investors. But we're talking about the institutional traders that are doing short-term trading. What they're doing is, instead of using technical analysis, typically they're using quantitative analysis. Now, what is quantitative analysis? Well, that is using mathematical principles and quantitative relationships to govern one's trading. So what does this mean? It means looking at figures, looking at metrics, looking at cold, hard numbers, right? It's trading based on quantity. That's why it's called quantitative, right? So it's looking at numbers, real numbers that can't be fudged, right? It's focused on quantity rather than quality, because quality, well, what is quality? Well, that's your own subjective opinion about something. And that really is what both technical analysis and fundamental analysis are. It's mostly opinion. It's mostly your own subjectivity. It's all about you guessing what is quality or not, right? So technical analysis, fundamental analysis, they're more qualitative forms of analysis. We want quantitative. We want, hey, these are the numbers, these are the facts, and that's it, right? There's no subjectivity at all involved in this thing. So for example, when we're talking about options trading, what are some of the quantitative metrics that we're focused on? Well, we're focused on things like our probability, right? Our probability of profit. We're focused on things like delta, which is our directional risk, theta, which is our time risk, vega, which is our volatility risk, as well as various ratios that combine some of the stuff like our delta to theta ratio or our theta to vega ratio. We're focused on things like buying power reduction, especially in terms of risk versus reward. We might calculate things like our annualized return on capital on a particular trade or strategy. We look at real numbers. We look at the cold, hard numbers, the real world metrics, and we never try to read tarot cards. We're never drawing weird patterns on the screen on a stock chart. No. In fact, when we talk about institutional trading, people that would use things like quantitative analysis, there are actually many institutional traders that actually don't look at stock charts. I know that's going to sound weird. If all you've ever known about trading is what you watch on YouTube, there are many people that work at large banks and hedge funds and mutual funds that never trade while looking at a stock chart, because they don't need the stock chart. The candlesticks don't matter. The volumes bars don't matter. They're just looking at other metrics. They just need, hey, is this number this? Is that number that? And this, yeah, okay, well, then that's a buy or that's a sell, or, what are my deltas right now? Are my deltas a little out of line for where I want, my entire portfolio to be? Well, let me make some adjustments. Let me get that delta number down, or let me raise it. What's my theta number, right? Do I need to add more short theta trades or long theta trade, whatever it happens to be? That's the way quantitative analysis works, and that's the way many of the institutional traders treat this thing. So ask yourself this: when is the last time your favorite trading guru on YouTube ever talked about any kind of quantitative analysis? So we're talking about things like probability of profit, or delta, or theta, or vega, gamma, implied volatility, standard deviation, return on capital, things like that. When is the last time that they ever really talked about anything that was based on objective fact and not their own subjective opinion? If all a trader is doing is trading based on their own subjectivity, then essentially all they're doing is wild-ass guessing. But here's the thing, they're not doing it with their own money. They're using your money, right? This is the thing with con artists, right? And these fake trading gurus are definitely con artists, right? They're not going to spend their own money, right? They're going to spend your money, right? You are the mark, right? And that's the way this works. They're the con artists. You're the mark. You're the sucker. And I know that's going to possibly offend some of you guys, because some of you guys have probably bought into some of these trading gurus online. You probably think that, hey, this is a real trader, that, hey, this person has my best interest at heart, and they sold me this really expensive $10,000 course that I bought, and this trading bot. I've seen people, I've actually had people online that their favorite trading guru has been exposed as a fraud. Some of them went to prison, but then they still have fans of theirs that defend them. And the reason these fans defend them is because they have to defend them, because they bought into some of the BS. And you don't want to ever admit that you were wrong. You don't want to admit that you ever got played. And I understand that. That's just basic human nature. But at some point, you have to wake up. You have to realize when you're getting played. And if you're ever going to succeed at trading, you have to avoid all of this crap that is on YouTube. Just some food for thought. Peace, guys.